is Croatia's second largest city and also a major jumping off point for getting out to the islands. But if you stick around on the mainland for a couple of days, it'll be worth your while, not only for Split, but also for 2 really awesome day trips. Make sure to spend a day wandering around the streets of Old Town, check out Diocletian's palace and all of the Game of Thrones spots.
I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. I'm watching them. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You got me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings.
After you've made your way through the city, you'll emerge out on the Riva, which is a palm tree lined promenade running all along the sea and by the harbor. But wait, back up a bit. Flying in, kind of circled around Split and got the most incredible view of the sea and the islands. And I caught a little bit of it on camera, thank goodness. I was holding a sleeping Benjamin, had a sleeping Matthew sitting next to me, and I was in the middle seat and trying to, you know, get a shot out the window. Split Airport is actually about 25 kilometers from the city of Split, but it's only about 3K from this tiny, gorgeous, incredibly well-preserved town called Trogir. Most people do it as a day trip from Split, but I would spend either your first or last night there since it's so close to the airport. Heading straight to Trogir from the airport, take the local bus number 37, leave the rental car for later. The city is tiny and packed. Parking is difficult. It'll only cost about $2 to take the bus, and I will put all the details in the blog and link it below. Arriving in Trogir either by car or bus, you'll find yourself just across the bridge from Old Town. If you did arrive by car, your parking options are here, here, or here. We just got to our apartment in Trogir, which is beautiful. Oh my god, it's amazing. Trogir though is a completely pedestrian city, which I should have known, but I didn't think about. So getting in here is a little bit difficult. My parents actually rented a car, so they dropped us off on the edge of the pedestrian zone, which is pretty much the entire island from what I can gather. And then I walked with all of our bags and the 2 boys through the streets, winding through the streets, searching for our apartment. We didn't check in the normal way because Andrew was already here. So Andrew had already checked us in, so we had to just try to search for the number, which they're somewhat labeled, but not great. But we managed to find it, and now that we're here, our apartment is gorgeous, and we have a balcony overlooking this beautiful city. So there, Benj. The places you won't want to miss while you're there are the Radovan Portal, which somehow I didn't get a picture or video of, St. Lawrence Cathedral, the town square, and Camerlingo Fortress. You'll recognize many of these sites because the city's been used as a filming location several times, most prominently in Game of Thrones. Trogir's medieval city center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's not hard to see why. Every path leads to a new, interesting, and incredibly well-preserved site. Plus, the promenade along the water has some really great restaurants with wonderful views. My parents are in Croatia with us for one night, so we get date night tonight.
I've been looking for a mirror, and I think I found it in your eyes. She's been looking for a reason, and I think she found it in my mind. So we're moving this colorful night, and we're staying away from the crowd and under the lights.
The island itself is actually pretty small and can be seen in a couple of hours, which leads most people to make it a day trip from Split. But we decided to spend the night and have the streets to ourselves first thing in the morning. The summer crowds in Croatia are no joke, so this bit of solitude is worth a ton.
I cannot let you go.
The easiest way to get to those waterfalls that you see all over Instagram is by going to the town of Scradden and catching a ferry that'll take you out to the park. It only leaves once an hour though, so make sure to check the schedule before you go. After about a 20-minute boat ride and a short walk from the ferry dock, you'll find the incredibly gorgeous falls. The entrance to the water is a bit steeper and rockier than I had expected, so be cautious, especially if you're going with children. Per usual in Europe, the water is super cold, but we were there in the middle of the summer, so it wasn't miserable. Make sure to check the return ferry times too, because they also only leave once an hour, and the latest departure time is earlier than you would expect. And there you go, 2 fantastic day trips from Split. So if you like the video, leave it a thumbs up. You can follow us on Facebook or Instagram. You can check out our blog at thattravelingfamily.com. Make sure you subscribe here, and we'll see you next time.